Chicago, Illinois, 1978. Muhammad Ali was walking down Michigan Avenue on a crisp autumn afternoon. Just walking. No entourage, no cameras, no security. Just Ali being Ali in public, which was rare. Fame usually made simple things like walking impossible. But today he'd slipped out of his hotel alone, wanted to see the city, wanted to feel normal for a few hours, wanted to remember what it felt like to be a person instead of a phenomenon. He was noticed immediately, of course. People recognized him, called out, asked for autographs, asked for photos. Ali obliged, signed things, posed, smiled, made people's day, made them feel seen, made them feel like they mattered to Muhammad Ali. Which they did. Every person mattered to Ali. Every interaction was real. Every moment was genuine. That's who he was, fundamentally. Then he heard crying. Not adult crying, child crying. The specific, unmistakable sound of a kid in genuine distress. Ali stopped walking immediately. Stopped signing autographs, mid-signature. Stopped everything. Listened carefully. Located the sound source, turned his head, saw a young boy sitting alone on the curb, maybe 50 feet away, maybe 7 years old, wearing worn clothes that looked too big, dirty sneakers with holes, crying hard. Not fake crying, not tantrum crying, real crying. The kind of deep sobbing that comes from something far deeper than a scraped knee or dropped ice cream. The kind that comes from real pain, real fear, real desperation. Most people walking past ignored the kid completely, looked right through him, looked deliberately away, kept moving quickly. Chicago street, crying kid, obviously not their problem, obviously not their business, obviously not their concern. Keep walking, mind your own, stay safe, don't get involved. That's how cities work. That's how people survive urban environments. Don't engage with strangers. Don't make other people's problems your problems. Protect yourself first. That's the rule. But Ali wasn't most people. Couldn't walk past a crying child. Couldn't ignore obvious distress. Couldn't pretend he didn't see pain when pain was right there. That wasn't in his nature. Wasn't in his character. Wasn't how Muhammad Ali was built. Fame didn't change that. Money didn't change that. Being the heavyweight champion didn't change that. He saw a kid crying, and he had to help, had to stop, had to care. No choice. He walked over to the boy deliberately, knelt down beside him on the dirty Chicago sidewalk without hesitation. Got down to kid level, made himself physically smaller, less intimidating, more approachable, more safe. "Hey there," Ali said gently, voice soft and warm. "What's wrong? Why are you crying?" The boy looked up slowly, saw Muhammad Ali kneeling beside him. Didn't seem to register who it was initially. Just saw a large adult asking why he was crying. Saw someone who actually cared enough to stop. Saw someone who noticed him when literally everyone else walked right past without looking. "My dad," the boy said between sobs, voice shaking. "He's gonna be so mad at me. I lost the money, all of it. He gave me $40 to buy groceries, and I lost it somewhere. I don't know where. I've been looking everywhere for an hour. I can't find it anywhere. And we need that money. We really need it bad. And now it's gone, and I don't know what to do. He's gonna be so mad." Ali understood immediately and completely. Understood the fear perfectly, the shame, the guilt, the terror of disappointing a parent when money was tight, the panic of losing something your family couldn't afford to lose, the feeling of letting people down who depended on you. Ali had grown up poor in Louisville, knew exactly how $40 could mean everything to a struggling family, could mean eating or not eating that week, could mean bills paid or bills unpaid, could mean stability or immediate crisis. "What's your name?" Ali asked. "Marcus," the boy said, still crying, still panicking, still lost in the disaster of losing $40. Well, Marcus, my name is Muhammad Ali, and I want you to stop crying, okay? Because we're gonna fix this. You didn't lose $40. You found Muhammad Ali, and that's gonna turn out to be worth more than $40. Trust me. Marcus looked at him, really looked. Recognition starting to dawn. You're really Muhammad Ali, the boxer? I'm really Muhammad Ali, the boxer. The greatest, the prettiest, the one who floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. That's me. And right now, I'm the guy who's gonna make sure your dad isn't mad at you. So stop crying. We got this. Ali stood up, reached into his pocket, pulled out his wallet, took out two $20 bills, handed them to Marcus. Here, $40. Go buy the groceries. Tell your dad you found the money. Tell him you looked everywhere, and you found it. You don't have to tell him where you found it. You don't have to tell him about me. Just go get the groceries and go home. Everything's fine now. Marcus stared at the money, stared at Ali. I can't take this. This is your money. You're not taking it. I'm giving it. Big difference. And Muhammad Ali gives money to people who need it. That's what I do. That's part of my job. Part of being who I am. So take it. Buy the groceries. Make your dad happy. Make yourself happy. That's how you thank me, by using this money the way it's supposed to be used. But Ali didn't stop there. Didn't just give money and walk away. Because that's not who Ali was. He looked at Marcus, saw more than a kid who lost money. Saw a kid in worn clothes, dirty shoes, needed more than $40. Needed more than groceries. Needed help that went beyond one crisis. Where do you live, Marcus? Ali asked. Marcus hesitated, clearly had been taught not to tell strangers where he lived. Smart kid. Good instincts. But this was Muhammad Ali, and something about Ali made Marcus feel safe, made him trust. 3 blocks that way, Marcus pointed. The apartments on Harrison. Ali knew those apartments, knew the neighborhood, knew it was rough, knew families there struggled, knew kids there didn't have much, knew $40 for groceries might be the family's only food money for the week. You live with your dad? Ali asked. And my little sister. My mom died 2 years ago. Dad works 2 jobs. I'm supposed to help. That's why I had the money. That's why losing it was so bad. I was supposed to help and I messed up. Ali's heart broke. 7-year-old kid trying to help his family, trying to be responsible, trying to do his part, and beating himself up over losing money, over making a mistake any kid could make, over being human and fallible and 7 years old. Tell you what, Ali said, I'm gonna walk you home. Make sure you get there safe. Make sure those groceries get bought. Make sure everything's okay. That sound good? Marcus nodded, still overwhelmed, still processing that Muhammad Ali was standing on a Chicago street talking to him. Still not quite believing this was real. They walked together, Ali and Marcus, the heavyweight champion of the world and a 7-year-old boy from a rough neighborhood. Ali asked questions, asked about school, asked about Marcus's sister, asked about his dad, asked about life. Marcus answered, started opening up, started talking more freely, started trusting more deeply. They stopped at a small grocery store on the corner. Family-owned market, the kind of place that served the neighborhood, the kind that extended credit when people needed it, the kind that knew everyone's name. Ali went inside with Marcus, helped him shop carefully, made sure he got everything on his mother's list, checked each item, made sure quantities were right, made it a teaching moment about being responsible, about following through, about completing tasks correctly. Then Ali started adding things that weren't on the list. Added fresh fruit that Marcus's family probably couldn't usually afford. Added milk, added juice, added bread, added peanut butter, added things growing kids need, things families need, things that make a house feel like a home instead of just a place to survive. Marcus tried to protest, tried to say it was too much, tried to say he couldn't accept all this. "You're not accepting anything," Ali said firmly but kindly. "I'm giving, and when Muhammad Ali gives, you receive gracefully. That's how it works. That's how we honor each other. You honor me by accepting my help, by letting me do what I can do, by letting me use what I have to help someone who needs it. Understand?" Marcus nodded, understanding something profound, understanding that accepting help with dignity was important too, that letting people help you was a gift you gave them. That graciousness went both directions. At the register, the cashier recognized Ali immediately, started to make a big fuss, started calling coworkers, started reaching for a camera. Ali put a gentle finger to his lips, shook his head, asked quietly for discretion, asked for privacy, asked to just be a regular guy buying groceries with a kid, asked to not make this into a spectacle. The cashier understood immediately, read the situation, saw what was actually happening, rang up the groceries quickly and efficiently, took Ali's money, bagged everything carefully, let them leave quietly without drawing proud attention. They walked to Marcus's apartment building together. 3 blocks, carried the groceries together. Ali carried most of the weight, climbed 3 flights of stairs. Marcus led the way. Ali followed patiently. No complaints about stairs, no complaints about the neighborhood, no judgment, no superiority, just present, just helping, just being Muhammad Ali in the realest way possible. Marcus knocked on the apartment door. A man answered within seconds. Late 20s, but looked older. Looked exhausted in his bones. Looked worn down by life. Looked like someone working 2 jobs and raising 2 kids alone and barely holding everything together. Looked like someone carrying weight that would crush most people. Then he saw his son, saw the groceries. Relief flooded his face visibly. Then he saw Muhammad Ali standing in the hallway behind his son, holding grocery bags. His expression changed completely. Shock, confusion, disbelief. "Muhammad Ali?" he said, voice barely working. "What? How? Why is Muhammad Ali standing at my door right now?" "I met your son on Michigan Avenue," Ali explained calmly. "We became friends. I helped him with the groceries, wanted to make sure he got home safe, wanted to make sure everything was okay. You've got a remarkably good kid here. He was very responsible, very determined to do right by his family. You should be extraordinarily proud of him." Marcus's dad looked at his son with new eyes, looked at Ali, looked at the groceries, trying to process, trying to understand, trying to figure out how this had become his life right now, how Muhammad Ali was standing in his doorway, how his worst day had somehow become something else entirely. Ali handed over the grocery bags carefully, extended his hand, shook Marcus's dad's hand firmly. "Your son told me about your family, told me you work hard, told me you're doing your absolute best in difficult circumstances. I respect that deeply. I respect a man who does what needs doing for his family, regardless of cost. That's real strength. That's real manhood. That's real character. Keep doing what you're doing. You're raising good kids. You're doing it right, even when it feels impossible." Marcus's dad's eyes filled with tears, not from sadness, from something else, from being seen, from being acknowledged, from having Muhammad Ali show up at his door and tell him he was doing okay, tell him he was a good father, tell him his struggle mattered, tell him someone noticed. "Thank you," he managed to say. "Thank you for helping Marcus. Thank you for caring." "That's what we do," Ali said. "We help each other. We take care of each other. We show up for each other. That's how we make the world work. That's how we make life worth living. You take care of your family. I help when I can. That's how it should be." Ali turned to leave. Marcus called out, "Muhammad Ali?" Ali turned back. "Yeah, Marcus? Thank you for stopping, for helping, for caring. You don't have to thank me, Marcus. You just have to remember, Remember that people helped you. Remember that someone stopped when you needed help. And someday, when you see someone else crying on a street corner, you stop too. You help too. You care too. That's how you thank me. Understand? Marcus nodded. Understanding perfectly. Understanding exactly what Ali meant. Understanding the lesson being taught. Understanding that kindness wasn't just about receiving. It was about passing it forward, becoming it, being it. Ali left, walked down the stairs, back onto Michigan Avenue, back into the city, back into being Muhammad Ali in public. People recognized him again, asked for autographs again, asked for photos again. Ali obliged again, but he was thinking about Marcus, about that crying kid on the curb, about 40 lost dollars, about a family struggling, about being able to help, about choosing to help, about stopping when everyone else walked past. That night, back at his hotel, Ali couldn't stop thinking about it. Couldn't stop thinking about Marcus, about his dad, about his sister, about their life, about their struggle, about how fragile everything was, how close to the edge people lived, how one lost $40 could be catastrophic. How many families were one crisis away from disaster? The next day, Ali went back to that neighborhood, found Marcus's apartment building, knocked on the door. Marcus's dad answered, shocked to see Ali again. "I've been thinking," Ali said, "about Marcus, about your family, about what you're dealing with. And I want to help, not just with groceries, with more, with what matters." He handed Marcus's dad an envelope. "This is contact information for a job, a real job, better than what you're doing now. Better pay, better hours. One job instead of two. Someone I know needs someone reliable, someone hardworking, someone who shows up. That's you. Call them. Tell them Muhammad Ali sent you. They're expecting your call." Marcus's dad opened the envelope, read it, looked at Ali. "Why? Why are you doing this? You don't know us. You don't owe us anything." "I do know you. I know you're a father doing his best. I know your son cries on street corners because he's afraid of disappointing you. I know you work yourself to exhaustion providing for your kids. I know you're exactly the kind of person who deserves help, who deserves a chance, who deserves someone to stop and care. That's why. Because you matter. Because Marcus matters. Because this is what I can do. This is how I can help. This is how I use what I have to make things better." The story became absolute legend in that neighborhood for decades. The time Muhammad Ali helped Marcus. The time the greatest boxer in the world stopped for a crying kid when everyone else walked past. The time kindness changed everything. The time celebrity compassion became real action. Marcus's dad took the job Ali arranged. Better pay, better hours, better life immediately. The family stabilized financially. Marcus stayed in school successfully, did well academically, stayed completely out of trouble, remembered what Ali told him, remembered to stop when others needed help, remembered to care when caring cost something. 30 years later, Marcus was a social worker, spent his entire professional career helping families like his had been, helping kids who cried on street corners, helping fathers who worked themselves to exhaustion, helping people who needed someone to stop and care. When people ask why he chose this difficult work, why he dedicated his life to helping struggling families, he always told them about Muhammad Ali, about the day Ali stopped, about the lesson Ali taught through action, about the profound difference one person caring made. "Muhammad Ali saved my family," Marcus said in countless interviews over the years. "Not with money, with caring, with stopping, with seeing us as humans who mattered instead of problems to avoid. That changed everything for us. That showed me who I wanted to be, someone who stops, someone who cares, someone who helps when help is needed." Ali didn't just give us $40 that day. He gave us hope. He gave us dignity. He gave us a future. He gave us the living example of who to be. That's worth infinitely more than any amount of money could ever be. Marcus became known in Chicago's social services community for going above and beyond consistently, for stopping when others walked past, for seeing people, for caring deeply, for being the person who helped. Colleagues asked where he learned that approach. He told them about Ali, about being 7 and crying on Michigan Avenue, about the heavyweight champion kneeling beside him, about learning that greatness means stopping for people who need you. Years later, Marcus had his own encounter. Saw a young girl crying on a bus stop bench, everyone walking past ignoring her. Marcus stopped, knelt down like Ali had done, asked what was wrong, helped her, got her home safely. Later that night, he thought about Ali, about the circle completing, about becoming who Ali showed him to be, about stopping because someone once stopped for him. He called his son into the room, told him the Ali story again. His son had heard it before, but this time Marcus added something new. Today I became Muhammad Ali for someone else, Marcus said. I stopped for a crying girl. I was who Ali was for me. Someday you'll be that person too. That's how one moment of kindness becomes eternal. That's how Muhammad Ali still changes lives 40 years later. That's the real power of caring. The lesson is simple and profound and desperately needed. Most people walk past pain. Most people look deliberately away from suffering. Most people don't want to get involved. Most people protect themselves by ignoring others. Most people build walls between themselves and everyone else's problems. But some people stop. Some people care. Some people choose consciously to be the person who helps. Muhammad Ali was that person, every time, every interaction, every crying kid on every street corner. He stopped, he cared, he helped, not for cameras, not for publicity, not for recognition, because it was who he was fundamentally. That's real greatness, not the fighting, not the fame, not the championships, not the money, the caring, the stopping, the choosing to see people as human beings who matter, the deciding that their pain matters more than your convenience, the understanding that your ability to help creates an obligation to help. That's what made Ali the greatest. That's what we should remember. That's what we should be. That's the legacy worth inheriting. If this story moved you deeply, share it with someone who needs to remember that stopping for someone in need changes lives forever. Subscribe for more stories about compassion in action and character revealed through small moments. And remember, Muhammad Ali stopped for a crying child when everyone else walked past without looking. That child became a social worker who helps thousands. One moment of caring created lifetimes of caring. One person stopping created endless ripples of good. That's how kindness multiplies exponentially. That's how one person's compassion becomes a community's transformation. That's how Muhammad Ali changed the world, one crying child at a time. That's the real legacy of greatness.